I want to give you a quick overview in terms of how this interest checker workflow actually works, right? So don't worry that it looks very complex, but I'm going to break it down to you in such a way that you'll understand why we design it in a certain way. And I think it's important for you to understand the behavior so that you know what to expect, right? Now, for this workflow, what it do in the first action is it's going to send out a WhatsApp message, right? So it's going to send out that initial WhatsApp message. So if we were to click on this, we can see what is the message content that is being sent out. This is a message content that's being sent out. And for this curly braces, is basically what it does is it will replace the contact first name over here, right? And you can see that the message is being sent out immediately. And once the message has been sent out, the system will wait for reply. Okay, once the message has been sent out, the system will wait for reply for X number of days. Okay, so this one is a highly configurable. Right now I set it to 1 day and I'm not handling any burst message, right, which I'll cover on later. So once the contact actually replied, the AI will proceed to do a classifications to check for whether the contact is still interested, whether they're not interested, or whether the interest is unknown. So after the AI has classified the contact's responses, you can see that each of these paths, it handles different scenarios, which I'll cover from left to right. So for the first path, you can see that the workflow try to handle the scenario whereby the contact is still interested and they didn't ask any questions at all. And of course, we also have scenario whereby the contact is interested, but they actually ask the questions. The third scenario is going to be they indicate that they're not interested, but they're okay with future follow-up from you. The fourth scenario is they're not interested and they ask not to be contacted again. So which is why you classify it as not interested, do not disturb. And the last classification is going to be interest unknown. This is the part where we really don't know whether they're interested or not. So commonly, this is the case whereby they just give a comment, but they didn't clearly indicate whether they're interested or not. Okay, so let's go through each scenario one by one. Now, if the contact is interested and they didn't ask any question at all, what happened over here is we'll send out a WhatsApp message. So what is this WhatsApp message they'll send out? We're going to send out a WhatsApp message telling them that, hey, I know that you're interested. How about you book a slot with us? And you can book a slot with us, with this booking link. Okay. So this message content is highly configurable. In the future, if you want to change it to any other message, feel free to do so to handle the case whereby the contact is interested and they didn't ask any questions at all. Okay. So in my case, for demo purpose, this is the message that I sent out. Now, once the contact has indicated interest and there's no question asked, what we'll do is we will update the lead stage to reactivated within the leads management AI pipeline. Okay, we'll mark it as reactivated. For the rest of the scenario, it follows a very similar patterns. So we can take a look at the interest. They are interested, but they actually have questions for us. So in this case, again, I just put an indication just for demonstration purpose, but you can see that the message, you can actually just change it to whatever that you want for these particular scenarios. Okay, for not interested, but they are okay with future communications, I will send them a different message. So this is a message that I'm sending them. I tell them that, hey, we appreciate your time, understanding that the offer may not be the right fit at the moment. And if your needs changes in the future, feel free to let us know and we'll be happy to assist you. And feel free to reach out anytime and wish them all the best, right? So right now, we know that the contact is not interested, but they're okay with future communications. So we're just gonna send them a acknowledgement message. That's all we need to do. So in this case, once we know that they're not interested, we're just gonna mark them as rejected. Okay, we're just gonna mark them as rejected within our leads management AI pipeline. Now, for the scenario whereby they are not interested and they ask not to be contacted again, which is not interested, do not disturb. Again, I'm going to send them an acknowledgement message and I'm going to mark them as do not disturb. You can see that do not disturb. I will block all communications over here. And then in my leads management pipeline, I will update it to do not disturb. Okay. For interest unknown, I'm just sending this for demonstration purpose, but actually I'm gonna delete it once I make it available in your organizations. But what happened here is that when interest is unknown, the WhatsApp message will be sent to yourself to notify yourself to follow up with this lead. So you can see that the recipient of this WhatsApp message is WhatsApp number that is connected to Exabloom, which is yourself. Okay, so now I know that now everything sounds very abstract. What I'll do is that I'll show you a very quick demo in the next video in terms of how all these things actually play out.